Hey guys, what's poppin'? It's Star up in this piece and welcome back to another video.
I've been dreaming. Dreaming about you.
Okay, anyway, child, so, hi. Oh. Hey guys, so, welcome back. So this video is the third part to my skincare diary. It's been a while. I've been letting my face do its thing. I've changed a couple things in my routine, but that's not what today's video is about. Today's video is the second step, third, depending on how many steps your skincare routine includes, of a skincare routine that doesn't need to be done daily, but it can be if it's a light enough product, and it's exfoliating. Now, I'm going to not be including any cleanser exfoliators or any moisturizing exfoliators in this category. We're just gonna simply do exfoliators that are toner based, because toners and exfoliators can kind of go hand in hand. Last videos was kind of unorganized and I didn't like the way it came out, but I had done so much work on it already that I just put it out there. This video, I'm going to try and stay a little bit more on topic, and I'm also going to not give you as much information and just give you the ones that I favor and I used or use currently. Because if I give you every single product for every single skin type, that's just a lot of information and it's not necessary. So, especially because some of the products I don't even use, so I have no experience with. So that's why I'm going to only recommend and give you the ones that I use and have used, and some ones that I see and I haven't used, but I would recommend it through ingredient list. So I don't want to make this video as long as the last one. Let's get right into step 3 of Star skincare routine or journal, whatever the frig, diary, you know what's good, exfoliating. I'm telling you, this intro for this freaking Star skincare like journal or whatever, it's so cringy. Like the music and the visuals, it's like something I would see on The Office. You know, like Michael Scott made something like this to like put in like a video. I don't know. So I think it's clear we go over what an exfoliator is. Don't mind the candles in the background. I was very scared of exfoliators when I first started my skincare routine because my skin is very sensitive. But over time, I've gotten a little bit more used to exfoliants and a little bit more comfortable around them because my dermatologists have recommended me some to use. And of course, I'm on the prescription tretinoin, which is an exfoliator at the end of the day because it stimulates our skin cell turnover, which in turn is exfoliating. So exfoliating is basically that, especially if you're looking at chemical exfoliants. It takes off the dead skin off the surface of the skin, or it speeds up cell turnover rate, which in turn gets the dead skin off of the skin surface, helping reveal new and bright skin, as well as getting rid of hyperpigmentation and even wrinkles at a certain extent, because when you're speeding over cell turnover, which decays over time, you can in turn get more plump, firm skin to a lesser extent. That's a small gist of exfoliants. I can go way deep into it because there is chemical and physical, and there's enzymic ones as well. A lot of people don't talk about enzymic exfoliants because I guess it's kind of a niche category. A lot of brands don't create enzymic ones. Enzymatic, what the frick? So enzymatic, I'm sorry, I've been saying that wrong this whole time. Enzymatic exfoliants are basically gonna be natural chemical exfoliants. So it's like fruits or vegetables that have naturally producing chemicals inside that fruit or vegetable that breaks down the badness on our skin, oil, debris, dirt, all that fun stuff that a chemical exfoliant would do, but in a more sensitive and natural way. Not to say chemical exfoliants are bad. I prefer them much more over than physical exfoliants. However, like I said, at least from what I've seen, enzymic exfoliants are pretty rare to see by themselves, or at least without a chemical exfoliant infused in it. So if you can find one that works for you, great, I would recommend that, but everyone's skin is different, so try and see which ones work for you. I'm not going to be recommending any physical exfoliants in this video because I don't like them. I think they're unnecessarily harsh and unnecessary in general, especially when you can find an alternative that can be a little bit more sensitive. Like I said, I'm going to be recommending ones that I've personally used, as well as some other ones that I think would be great. And so, yeah. The first thing I'm going to go over is ones that I use. Right now, I'm currently using Retinol in the prescription that I'm on, which is an exfoliant. There are 3 types of retinols, and I've been over that in my previous videos. And the one that I'm currently using is Retinol in the highest prescription grade at 0.25%, I think, or 0.025. And so it's a small dosage, but it's still a very potent form of retinol. Yeah, retinol. But along with retinol, my dermatologist recommended me using a exfoliant as well as retinol, which I don't know why. I'm kind of scared to be mixing it, but honestly, I've seen really good results, especially with my hyperpigmentation. That's why she recommended it to me, because tretinoin is supposed to help hyperpigmentation, but it takes a longer period of time. So currently I am using the CosRX AHA7 Whitehead Power Liquid. Now, don't get it twisted. They have a Whitehead Power Liquid and a BHA Blackhead Power Liquid. However, there is no difference in one treating whiteheads over blackheads. It's literally just the chemicals inside. The Blackhead Power Liquid, BHA, is made with willow bark extract as well as salicylic acid, a form of it, which is going to help break down any pimples that you have and get inside of the pimple and kind of break up that debris and remove it from the skin very gently, exfoliating the face, but more aggressively getting rid of the acne on the face. This one, however, is made with glycolic acid, 7%, that's why it's HA7, which is very similar to the Ordinaries, except it has more natural ingredients in it rather than the Ordinaries. And it's a similar concept, though. It's going to get rid of hyperpigmentation and kind of remove that dead skin that's on the surface of our skin and get a little bit deeper as well. I option for this rather than their BHA one because I already have tretinoin that's kind of, helping out my acne as well as my hyperpigmentation, but I really recommend that. I don't recommend using it with a retinol unless your dermatologist says otherwise. I literally have no idea why my dermatologist is telling me to. It literally says on the packaging not to use with any retinol, but girl, we're gonna try it. We're gonna see what happens. So, wish me luck. That is one that I would recommend by itself. It's a great exfoliant. Glycolic acid is a little bit more of an aggressive exfoliant, so I will be recommending other ones that are a little bit more sensitive. But that one overall, if you don't have sensitive skin that's really drying, it's a really great start. Only use it twice a week just to see how your skin reacts to it, and it's gonna be great for you. Another exfoliant that I highly recommend is the glycolic glycolic toner from The Ordinary. The same reasons why there's not much more to elaborate on that one rather than this one. It's still the same concept, except it's a little bit of a bigger bottle, I believe. And, a lot of people go hard for The Ordinary, so pop off. I love CosRX. I've been incorporating more and more of their products in my skincare routine ever since I found them, and they're just a really great brand. Not all of their products are my favorite, but I definitely have my top 5 that I would always recommend. And yeah. Another one by The Ordinary is their lactic acid. I actually started using their lactic acid way back before I was ever on a prescription, just to start softly exfoliating my face because I didn't know how much my skin could take, especially because at the time it was very red and irritated. And as you can see now, it's actually gotten a lot better since the last Skin Journal video. And that makes me so happy. I edited the video of me and Tiffany. It was really depressing to see how good my skin was back in September, or rather, yeah, even September. And I don't know what happened. It's just, I don't even know. At first I thought it was mask season, but honestly, I don't even know because I'm still wearing masks right now and my skin's getting better. But I think it's anyway, it doesn't matter. Rambling, I'm telling you. Back to the topic at hand, lactic acid. I use the 5%. The great thing about The Ordinary is that they usually have a multitude of formulations for one product. The retinol in squalene has a 0.5% and a 1%, I believe. And same thing with their lactic acid, they have a 10% and a 5%. I always recommend starting out with a lower dosage and working your way up because you never know how your skin's gonna react. So I would recommend using their lactic acid 5% if your skin's more sensitive and irritated because it'll gently exfoliate your face as much as glycolic acid, just a little bit not as aggressive, so it'll take a little bit more time, especially if your starting out with 5%, but you could always build up to 10%. Another exfoliant that I could recommend is retinol itself. I think that retinol is a really good exfoliant. It's on the rise in a lot of, you know, different skincare brands, but you have to make sure you're using the right one, because if not, you could mess up your face, especially if you don't know how much to use and what percent to use it at, and what type of retinol you're using. Again, I reiterate, I've been over the types of retinol before and I don't want to elaborate on it because it is a lot to take in. But basically there's retinol, retinaldehyde, and then there's tretinoin. To make it simple, retinol is the best that you can get over the counter. Retinaldehyde or adapalene gel is kind of like something you can get over the counter as well, but it's a lot stronger. And then tretinoin is the only thing you can get over prescription. But retinol is a really nice exfoliate because it kind of speeds cell turnover, as well as getting rid of the dead skin on the surface of the skin and treating acne. It's really a good formulation. It just can be a little more aggressive than glycolic acid, than lactic acid, and even azelaic acid, which I personally never had experience with, so I can't recommend it, but I've heard really good things about it, especially for people with hyperpigmentation. A retinol that's really good is the Granactive Retinol Emulsion from The Ordinary. It's a really good, soft, gentle exfoliant, retinol based, that's a little bit more stabilized than their retinol and squalane. So I always recommend starting that first. Like I said, I love that The Ordinary has different types of levels that you can start out with and kind of build with. So it's a great thing that they have that. And you can start off with the Granactive Retinol Emulsion, but if you feel like you're ready for a more intense retinol, their retinol and squalane 0.5% is great, and then they have that 1%, I believe. So you can go build on way up, but it's a great ingredient. It's a great formulation from The Ordinary, and it's gonna help get rid of the hyperpigmentation, like I said, fine lines, wrinkles, and any acne that you might have. Just give it some time, you know, use it every 2 to 3 days a week, kind of spaced out, and see how your skin reacts. And if it reacts really irritated, you could be allergic to retinol. I would like to reiterate in every single video as I do, I am not trained in this at all. I only know what I've learned, and I'm just sharing my knowledge with you guys. You guys can always dive deeper into it. I always link videos below of people who I trust, and hopefully you guys learn from them as well. I'm just kind of the tunnel that leads to different, you know, people that I trust a little bit more than myself. So going off of that, another great, you know, one from CosRx is their BHA AHA toner, which the thing about it is it's a lot more sensitive than any other toner out there that has BHA AHA, because the formulation is a lot more diluted with water. But that doesn't mean any less. It's just great for people with more sensitive skin, and it's in a spray bottle, so it's not gonna cover the surface of your skin as well. So I always recommend maybe like spraying it on a cotton pad and then dabbing it on the face, or even just taking the cap off completely and pouring it on a cotton pad. It could expose the thing to air, but honestly, like spraying it on your face is such a waste of product. I hate spray bottles. I was watching a video and some lady was like, spray bottles are the best. And I'm like, but are they? Because I feel like you're wasting so much product with it. But that's my opinion. I guess it's not right, but I just don't like spray bottles, but I like the product and the ingredient list, so I think you should try it, and if you like it, great. Like I said, it does have natural ingredients of exfoliators like willow bark, and then it has chemical exfoliants like glycolic acid, lactic acid. It's a great exfoliator, very gentle compared to like The Ordinary's retinol. And their next product, which I will also recommend, which is the AHA BHA peeling solution from The Ordinary. This one, however, is very aggressive. I always recommend this as a last like situation. Your skin's just going through it. You don't care if your skin breaks out worse than it already is. You just want to try and fix it the best you can. That is what I would recommend this for. I tried to use it and I couldn't. You guys have seen my video a long time ago. It just didn't work for me, but I do recommend it to people who have kind of reached their last leg and don't have any prescriptions. And, you know, so I do always recommend that one because I don't always recommend that one, but if you are like I said, on your last leg, you need a really heavy exfoliant that's very powerful, that will do the job, as well as Paula's Choice BHA AHA. I think Paula's Choice is a little bit of a better option just because it's not really a mask, it's more of an actual toning exfoliator. So I always would recommend that over The Ordinary, but a lot of people like The Ordinary peeling solution. So, you know, pop off, sister, because everyone's skin is different. Try it out for yourself. I don't recommend ever using any of these with any prescription unless you consult your dermatologist. I'm telling you, I'm doing it right now because my dermatologist recommended it. I'm terrified. but don't do it unless your dermatologist recommends it. I really hope this video informed you guys. I know it was kind of speedy and quick, but that's what I wanted for this type because I know my previous video was longer and it was like a lot of fluff and I didn't want that for this video. Those are my top exfoliants that I recommend. There's not a lot of options, but I always recommend exfoliating as a last option because it can sensitize the skin for a little bit and create some dryness. Over time, your skin can get used to it, but I think that that little space in between getting used to it and not being used to it can be a little, you know, disheartening for us, and I don't want anybody to go through that if you don't need to. So really only go to them if you need it. A lot of people come, you know, to me asking for like an exfoliator and like a peeling solution, and their skin looks amazing, and maybe they're just looking for a little glow that vitamin C can give, or they're looking for a little, you know, hyperpigmentation situation that their skin naturally produces because of melanin or like the sunspots or something like that. And in that case, you don't need a huge peeling solution. You can use glycolic acid, you can use azelaic acid. It's very give and take with different people. So I would recommend using any acids on your face with caution in a span of a few months and only a few times a week just to see how your skin reacts, because acid burns do happen. Breakouts do happen, burning does happen. It's very common and it could happen to anyone. And it doesn't mean that you're allergic to the product, it just means you might be using it too much, or you might just need a different chemical makeup of it, a more stabilized version, or a different percentage. So always keep that in mind when you're looking for acids and exfoliating products. And with that, I will leave you guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys check out all my other skincare journal videos, my cleanser video, my actual skincare routine, and I will be making an updated version of my skincare routine. I don't know when, because you know, this is the second step of this, you know, skincare journal, and I would like to get more steps out, and I'm still trying to find out my skin. My dermatologist just prescribed me a new prescription, so I'm trying out a bunch of new things, but my skin is getting better, so that's a good thing. I do want to let you know that the way my skin is getting better is not just from over-the-counter products, so, you know, watching my skincare journey, don't just look at the products that I use and be like, that's gonna save my skin, because it might not. It might hurt your skin. Everyone's skin is different. Remember that. This is your own personal journey, and I am just here to kind of lead you down different paths that might give you that great light at the end of the tunnel. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, give your heads up high, and I'll definitely be seeing you guys next time. Do you guys want to see my OOTD?